Finding purpose in uncertainty. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like life is throwing you into the deep end and you're struggling to find solid ground? You're not alone. We've all faced moments of uncertainty, times when the path ahead seems foggy and we're left questioning what's next. Whether it's in your career, your relationships, or your own personal journey, uncertainty can be terrifying. But here's the thing. In those very moments of confusion and doubt, there's an opportunity to find something deeper, your purpose. I want to share a time when I faced deep uncertainty. I was at a crossroads, unsure of what to do next. Everything I had planned fell apart, and I felt like I had lost my sense of direction. For weeks, I wrestled with anxiety, self-doubt, and fear. I tried to force answers, but nothing seemed to stick. It wasn't until I sat with the uncertainty, let myself truly feel it, that I began to shift my perspective. In that stillness, I asked myself, what can I learn from this? What if this uncertainty is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced? And that's when I realized the uncertainty was guiding me towards something I hadn't seen before. It was creating space for new opportunities, new connections, and most importantly, a new sense of purpose. We live in a world that craves certainty. We like clear answers, defined paths, and predictable outcomes. But the reality is, life doesn't work that way. Change is inevitable. And with change comes uncertainty. Instead of fighting it, what if we shifted our mindset to embrace it? What if we started seeing uncertainty not as a threat, but as a blank canvas? Think about it. Every time you've grown, every time you've leveled up in life, it was likely preceded by a period of uncertainty. Maybe you switched careers, moved to a new city, or ended a relationship. In those moments, you didn't have all the answers, but you made a leap anyway. And on the other side of that leap, you found new strength, new purpose, and new opportunities. Uncertainty can feel like you're lost at sea with no clear direction. But what if that feeling of being lost is exactly what you need to find a new path? What if the purpose you're searching for is hiding in the very discomfort you're experiencing right now? I know it's scary. It's human nature to want control, to want to know exactly what's next. But here's the thing. Some of the greatest discoveries in life are made not when we're in control, but when we let go. When we allow ourselves to wander, to explore, and to trust that even though we can't see the entire path, we're exactly where we need to be. I want you to think about a time in your life when you faced uncertainty, yet something good eventually came out of it. Maybe it was a job you didn't get, only to find a better one later. Maybe it was a relationship that ended, leading you to someone who was a better match for you. Now, I want you to turn to someone near you and share that experience. Let them know how something you feared ended up being a blessing in disguise. When you take a moment to reflect on these experiences, you'll see a pattern. Uncertainty is often the beginning of something meaningful. The key is to trust the process and allow the unknown to shape you instead of trying to control every outcome. The Japanese have a concept called ikigai, which translates to reason for being. It's the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. Often, we discover our ikigai not through careful planning, but through the unexpected turns that life takes us on. It's during times of uncertainty that we have the opportunity to pause, reassess, and ask ourselves those important questions. What drives me? What do I care about deeply? How can I use my unique talents and experiences to contribute to the world? In the chaos of uncertainty, there's clarity waiting to be found. The key is to lean into it. Let go of the need to know all the answers and instead focus on the journey. Each step you take, no matter how small, is a step towards something greater. So how do we find purpose in uncertainty? We start by reframing our mindset. Instead of seeing uncertainty as something to run from, we embrace it as an opportunity. We ask ourselves what this moment of confusion is trying to teach us. We trust that the answers will come, even if we can't see them right now. I want you to imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, with fog covering the valley below. You can't see what's down there, but you know you have to move forward. With each step, the fog begins to clear, and the path reveals itself little by little. That's how life works. We don't always have the full picture, but we have to trust that with each small step, the way forward becomes clearer. So, if you're feeling lost right now, if you're questioning your purpose or direction, know that you're not alone. This is a moment of growth. This is a moment where you are being called to discover something new within yourself. Don't shy away from it. Don't try to rush through it. Sit with it. Learn from it. And trust that on the other side of this uncertainty, there's a greater purpose waiting for you. I'll leave you with this. Life is full of uncertainty, and that's what makes it beautiful. It's in the unknown that we find new possibilities, new opportunities, and new strength. So instead of fearing the unknown, lean into it. Embrace the uncertainty. Because in that space, you will find your purpose. And when you find it, you'll realize that the uncertainty was never your enemy. It was your guide.